Pretorius, when we talked about past life regressions, in those regressions or in that type of remembering, is there an opportunity when we're here on Earth to have a remembering of the space in between, the going into the afterlife?
I think you will find that as you go through your life, things will simply go into synchronization with you. And you'll say, where did that come from? Or why was that? Why did I think of that? Or things like that. Déjà vu, perhaps, if you want to call it that. But yes, various aspects of past lives will mesh with what you're doing now. And when you decide to come to Earth again, you have a goal. And that goal includes methods of reaching that goal. And so therefore you also indicate in that goal, it would be helpful if at a certain point what happened 2,000 years ago, that experience will help me in this particular experience at this particular time, then you will quite often feel that happening. You won't get the whole life, but you'll get the part that was meaningful to the one that you are now in. Does that answer what you're driving at?
No.
No.
No,
Please continue.
No, I was just trying to, if I were to be able to remember before I reincarnated here, in that time in between with our groups or our in the afterlife.
Oh.
Can we remember that in any way? Or is that necessary? It's probably not necessary, but.
I don't know. I haven't run across that situation before. What does happen, of course, is the fact sometimes a medium or a psychic can give you some information about that type of thing. But by and large, that which happens in the afterlife does not become apparent in an incarnation, with the exception of the personality that is already within your soul. That when I say personality, I include the aspects of past lives that are going to be necessary for you in this one. So to say that you will remember something while you're in the afterlife, it's possible, I suppose, but I don't think it happens very frequently. It doesn't make sense for it to do so, because you've made this goal now, and that goal was designed on what you've done in the past and also what you've learned in the afterlife, whether you went to school to be a musician or whatever the case might be. That experience, of course, goes with you. I don't think, let's use that classic example of a musician coming to Earth after being in school up there. I don't think you could expect that tutor who taught you how to play the bugle will come to you when you're being frustrated and not being able to play that bugle. So I'm perhaps still not getting to what you are after, but I'm not sure how I can best answer you.
No, I think you have, and I just think it's probably not information you need on this. In this article.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This brings up to me the question of the child prodigy. Can you explain this? A Mozart arrives already.
Mm-hmm. This comes from the standpoint of a soul who has experienced a lot. That experience goes with it into the afterlife, and it decides that it wants to expand on that experience in certain ways. Let's say, again, let's talk about a composer in music. It would go to learn how to compose. And the mind of the soul is the thing that is the teaching, is the learning aspect. And so it would learn. Now, if that soul in particular was so in tune with getting, oh dear, there's a pun, is so in tune in getting music in a phenomenal way, just as people here on earth, some are smart, some are not quite so smart. A soul can be smart in one thing and not so smart in another thing. And so when it learns what it wants to learn in a very specific way in the afterlife, that experience, that teaching, that learning will come with it. And so just like Mozart at 14 or 13, however old he was when he was starting composing, that experience was learned in the afterlife and brought with him here. Yes, certainly, all of that type of situation, no matter what field you are in, if you've got, if I may use the word genius there, that knowledge has come from hard work in the afterlife. The afterlife is just not a ball of hay and just looking in the fishing and playing golf and all that sort of stuff. It can be if you want, but if you want to experience and make your soul grow, then you have to learn how to do things. You go to and use the word, I don't like to use the word school, but it's such a word that you understand here on earth. But you go to experience and you learn in specific ways.
Thank you.
I thank you for being here and giving me the opportunity to speak with you. Good night.
Thank you for